What is up? This is Trenton once again here in Spartanburg at Ground Zero. Today we're here with Traitors. How you guys doing?
Doing well, bud.
Introduce yourselves and what y'all do in the band real quick.
My name's Tyler Shelton, and I do the Screamos and Traitors.
I am Steven, and I drum for Traitors.
Okay, sweet. So you guys are on this run right now. Some days with Oceano, some days aren't. This isn't one of them. So how's that tour been going?
Well, this is day 2, so honestly, not really much to say right now, but day 1 was great. Orlando always shows a lot of love for us.
Okay, awesome. So what are you guys looking forward to, like playing with Oceano?
It's going to be a good time, man. Been big fans of Oceano for a while now, man. Been jamming them for a while, obviously. Tyler did the death metal fat cat of one of Oceano's songs a while ago and got a little bit of attention. But yeah, from my side, man, and I'm sure from everybody else's, dude, super excited.
Okay, awesome. So give a little brief history of the band real quick and what the name means and all that good stuff.
Well, really, Steven and I first came into this, and it was really like we just want to have fun, maybe play local shows a couple times. It's gonna be more of like a studio thing, and he kind of just threw a couple names at me, and I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of bands out there now, so there's only so much you can do.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we just stuck with Traitors. We liked it. It was simple and to the point. I mean, it doesn't really matter what band name you pick. Anyways, people are gonna give you shit for it. But yeah, I mean, Steven and I started this thing, and we just came in just to have fun, and I think that's what helped us progress so fast. Was we weren't being so serious.
Okay. Now let me talk about your sound a little bit here, because it's kind of, when you guys started, it was unique. A lot of bands are kind of like having that sound now and stuff, but when you guys were first coming up, you guys, I believe, one of the few bands who were doing the down tempo, whatever you want to call it, type vibes and all that stuff. So to me, that seems like a underground within an underground. Because if like the mainstream bands like Memphis Mayfire or whatever is still considered underground, and what you guys are doing or start off doing is kind of underground, that is still was coming up. So like, what made you guys, I guess, want to take on such a heavy, slower type sound versus the, I guess, typical, normal time, normal speed type music?
Pretty much when we started, to be honest, the whole idea wasn't really to take this as serious as we are now. We had contemplated on maybe writing a record that was just going to be heavy, no real idea to what would be behind it, just something that we felt we enjoyed as well as listeners would, and maybe play a few shows here and there, but once again, nothing serious. And we dropped Arrogance and caught a good amount of attention, to the point where we got a few little offers and help here and there, and it boosted us to the point where I guess we get this type of recognition for the whole, I guess you can say, quote unquote, down tempo.
Yeah, I don't know what else to call it.
It's cool, man. We feel very appreciative to the point where we feel that people would give us that sense of entitlement, I guess you can say. But, we just, once again, man, we were fans at the time of bands like Black Tongue and Moralist, Genocide District. They were doing these heavy releases, and, it caught our attention to the point where we just figured, let's kind of go along the lines of something where we just want people to just be like, oh shit, dude, that's fucking heavy, And that's basically what the whole idea of what we do is. And
okay.
Steven, actually, when we first came into the studio with Arrogance, it was a lot different than it sounded. And we probably chopped the tempo down by about half. Originally, the idea was not to be this super sludgy bullshit that people, you know what I mean? So definitely it was a lot more picked up sounding, and we slowly just are evolving our way to that more picked up groovy sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I got you. Well, before we get into your 2 records and stuff, let's talk about your vocals. So you have a very unique vocal sound. I'm sure you've heard that before and stuff, but so who are some influences you have for your vocals, and how, I guess, do you get that unique sound that you have? Because once you hear a Traitor song, you're going to hear people are going to know it's Traitors, because I mean the way your vocal sounds, your vocal tone and all that. So
really, one of my I've just kind of learned, I taught myself everything. I mean, if the 2008 me, I guess, would say like Acacia Strain mainly, but nowadays, if the only vocal that I truly feel influenced off of, because there's like, there's only so many ranges that you can do. I mean, of course, there's hundreds of thousands. There's lots of potential, and it just all ends up kind of, sounding the same at one point. But I wanted to sound as different as I could, and one of my biggest influences to do that really weird, voicey push that you hear more in the EP was And Hell Followed With. He kind of had that vocal range. I wanted to take it to like the next step.
Okay, awesome. So let's talk about your albums. You put out an album called The Hate Campaign and then Night Terrors recently, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what progressed between those two albums to get from THC to Night Terrors? Because they were almost like a year apart or so. Kind of like wasn't they're not too far apart exactly.
They're what you would say
about a year.
About a year.
Yeah. So a lot of bands they do the whole 2-year cycle and stuff. But you guys just kind of put them a year apart. So
we're gonna keep pushing material out for everybody.
Okay. So what led up to that progression of sound and change and everything?
We just wanted to be more diverse. We wanted to be more applicable to a much bigger crowd, but we knew that we could keep all of our fans at heart, because we haven't been like, oh, you guys freaking sold out or anything. Everyone's like, it's either I really, really love this, I dig this a lot more, or this isn't my favorite content, but I still like it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a good thing to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You have anything to say?
No, you pretty much nailed it.
Well, I want to cover finances also, because you guys tour heavily and stuff. You guys got this nice little bandwagon here and all that. So what are some things you guys do to stay on the road to where you don't run your band into debt and your careers, like, basically disintegrate?
Well, this is actually, this is our guitarist van.
Okay.
And I'm a pizza guy. And he sells stuff on eBay, and, everybody's got full-time jobs that they're working their asses off for. My favorite thing is, oh, you guys are a bunch of rich boys. I'm laughing in my 1997 GMC Sierra. I don't make a damn dollar. I work my ass off when I'm on the road and off the road, and that's one thing that I truly feel like should be respected. I mean, you're always going to get, it was a lot more when we were younger because we just got this van. People were like, oh, fuck you guys. This is some BS. But, we all work really hard. Mikey works really hard. Everybody works full time. Mikey himself definitely had earned this.
Okay, awesome. So financial decisions band-wise, like what are some things you guys do to keep it going, aside from your full-time jobs, like to keep the, maintenance on the van and that kind of thing? Like what are some things you guys don't spend money on versus spending money on, tours you take versus you don't take? Like what goes into those decisions?
Pretty much anything that has to deal financially with comes and stays in the band. When it comes to an idea when we started, man, it was just a plan on throwing a budget into a pot, figuring we would invest into what we thought would make us more finances to the point where it's helped make a few maintenance calls on the van when we've needed them on the road, to helping out with instrumentals, upgrading, to even, I guess, imagery, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody understands when we first started, it was all about not giving a hell, but obviously.
Yeah, I wore tie-dye at one of my first shows. I wore a tie-dye and like gym shorts. None of us matched or anything, and we were still having fun at that time, but we saw the potential.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much it's gotten to the point right now where we have our bank that we have set aside, and it covers anything that we need normally band-wise, whether it's a music video, whether once again something breaks down on the van, whether one of our guitars break and we have to be able to go back into the Guitar Center and finance another one. We make sure we take care of each other. It's basically a family, and that's basically how we've always done it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Pretty simple, man.
Yeah.
Pretty simple stuff.
I got some fun ones, and I'll let you guys go here. I noticed this is the second time I've asked this question, but I have to ask it, is you got some Pokemon on your neck there, so I got to ask. If you were about to face the Elite Four, what 6 Pokemon would you bring with you?
Oh, man. If you're bringing it down to the original 150.
Yeah, 150, yeah.
Obviously, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar is on my top 3 list. You have Charizard. That would be pretty awesome. Man, I don't know. Would Mewtwo count? Can I throw Mewtwo in there?
Sure,
I think
yeah.
He's 151st.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Mew would have been kind of a cheat right there, but
yeah. Dark Mewtwo.
Yeah, that counts.
We have 2 Mewtwo's and we're untouchable.
I would say Raichu and man, just for shits and giggles, man, fucking Electrode.
Who?
Electrode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You gotta change it up.
Yeah.
What about you? You said a few of them, so what would be your 6?
Machamp, Machoke, Machamp, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and one of the other matches. I would lose promptly. It's our boy Michael. Keeps on freaking us out over there. Yeah, did you have anything else for us?
Oh, yeah, sure. I got one more. If you guys could date, hang out, do whatever you wanted to do with Taylor Swift and she wrote a song about you, what would it be called and what would it be about?
Wow, this guy's a fucking wreck. That's what the song would be called.
What about you, Steven?
I failed at life.
All right.
And did you say like where would we take? What was the question again?
If you could do anything you wanted to with her, marry her, date her, just hang out, and she wrote a song about you, what happened, what would it be called, and what would it be about?
I'd probably be like, man, we are never going to date because all you do is write songs about how terrible men are. You're honestly not that good of an influence on males. And then she'd probably be out of there.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you want to say to your fans real quick before we wrap it up?
Yeah, man, we fucking love you guys to death. I mean, there are people who have stuck with us, and one hard thing that I had to learn is there are diehard fans out there that'll believe anything they hear, and then 1 minute I'm talking about how I miss this kid, and then one of my other bandmates got to be like, oh, he doesn't like us anymore. He thought that we are this and that now.
Yeah.
And that hurts the most.
Mm-hmm.
Is losing someone who was genuinely a friend of mine, but liked my music. But oh, now I'm trash because of something that you heard was false. You know what I mean? I'm not about that stuff.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
our fans are diehard, and there's a couple out there that have just stuck with us since the beginning, and we always appreciate that.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm Trent with Southeast Pit Report, hanging out here with Traitors. Thanks for watching.